Hello everyone, welcome once again to another Power BI tutorial by Team SlideScope. This is IPL season highlights dashboard where we have to answer 6 questions. Questions are: what are the matches played per season, winner and runner-up teams, total runs scored, number of sixes and fours, and average winning margin, whether it's runs or wickets. So you can see here we have information of matches played per season, which we can do sort access by season wise or number of matches wise, whatever you want to do. This is winner and runner up information. So if you want to sort it by season, you will be able to see season winner and who was the runner up. Then this is total number of fours and sixes by season. Here we have used DAX to calculate total number of deliveries where batsman run is fours or batsman run is sixes. Here also we have calculated win margin. So this is average win margin by runs. Here we have to use average X because in the column NA is given. I will explain everything what is happening here. So this is average win margin by wickets. This is sum of total runs by season. So this simple dashboard will help you in understanding use of these DAX queries and applying your knowledge on some real-time data. So let's begin with the dashboard building. So first of all, we have this matches.csv file where we can see we have season. City names are changed, like Bangalore is now written as Bengaluru. Same is team name, just to make everything synchronous. We have date, match type, player of the match, venue, team 1, team 2 playing, what was the toss winner, who was the toss winner, what was toss decision, who was the match winner, result. So it is given wickets or not. Then we have target runs, target overs, super over, method and umpire. This data is from 2020, from 2008 to 2024. Soon we will include 2025 here also, but here, so this is the matches.csv file, and we also have one more file which is called deliveries.csv, which has information of all the balls that were bowled in that particular season. So we will click on get data, and because both files are given as CSV, so we will connect them. So now we have this inning, batting team, bowling team, everything is given here, and player dismissal. So what kind of dismissal was there, who was the fielder, whether it was a wicket or not, total runs on that particular delivery, who was the non-striker, who was the batter, who was the bowler, which two teams were playing the match, what is the match ID, and this same match ID is given here also. So you can create a simple relationship between these two tables to analyze the data. Next is, so now we have this, and we will simply load this. We also have this team logo.xl file where you can see we have team logo images. These are the URLs where you can find the teams, and these are the team names. So this was downloaded from Kaggle, and we can add this Excel file also in our model if team images are needed. Because that is an Excel workbook, we will click on Excel workbook. So as you can see, columns are not properly appearing here. We are inside Power Query Editor. So we will make the changes, use first row as header, and now it will be done. So obviously from 2024 to 2025 captain images have changed, and these are up to, in 2024 what were the captain images. That's why we will not use this column because this will not be valid now, but here we will use them. So it is your choice if you want to use it or not, but this way we will make the change and close and apply, and now we have the data. So now what we have is we have to create 5 or 6 different dashboards, and first of them is season highlights. Matches played per season, winner and run up teams, total runs is scored by season, number of sixes forced per season, and average winning margin, that is runs per wicket. So in season highlights, so we will create or rename it as season highlights, and here we will insert a text box, and in this text box we will write the same thing, season highlights dashboard. This will be IPL season highlights dashboard, and what we are going to do is we will align it to center, make it bold, and use around 28 font size, and here we will give this a blue color. We also have an image like this which can be used just to give some more visual appeal to our dashboard. To add image we can click here and then add that image. So here you can see that image is now available, and it will automatically try to fit it accordingly, and if you want you can use smaller size or whatever you prefer. This is our canvas, so we can go to canvas background and we can select a different type of background for it, and give it a lower transparency. So this one will be now presented like this. We can click here, this is effects, we have visual border here, and in visual border we can select the white color, and for visual border I can give 14 pixel. I can use it like this also. It's your choice what kind of creativity you want to apply. First question is total number of matches played per season. So here in the matches sheet itself we have information of match ID. So here for example if you will see the matches, so here we have the season information, and match ID represents number of matches. So what we can do is we can simply create a stack column chart dashboard here, and this stack column chart dashboard will represent total number of matches played per season. So in x-axis we will add season, and we have the season name here, and on y-axis we will select the match ID, and that match ID we will use count of it. So this is match ID, and by default it will do sum of it, but we will do count of it. So this will give us the information matches played per season. So from 2008 to 2024 total number of matches played. Now I just want to do one more thing. This is season. So I will go to home and transform data. I'm just doing it because obviously the season name is a number, but I will try to represent it as a text because it's just a label. So I will replace current. I just want to see what happens. Close and apply. So now it is applying, and now you can see it is giving me answer like this. Okay, like in 2013. So this will also arrange in which season we had least number of matches and so on. So this is your choice, just wanted to let you know what we can do. So like we change the time, let us get back to it, or so I have changed it once again because I want to keep it in original format. So it will now represent like this, and you will have the values sorted in year order. And here we will go to general tab, title, and we will write matches played per season. So this will give us matches played per season. Text color we can choose this one, and make it bold. I'm not using not bold. And here if you want you can enable shadow also. So you can go to effect, shadow, visual border. You can take a color, and in rounded corner we can select 12 pixel. So this will be matches played per season. If you want to see number of matches, you can enable the data label. Okay. And next is winner and runner up teams. So winner will be easy because here you have the information of team 1, team 2, toss winner and winner. But here the match type is also given. So match type will, when the match type is final, then we will be able to pick the season winner. So what if we try to do that? And again, I am just duplicating this because I want to try several things. So I am just duplicating this as a season copy, and I will change it type to text, and now close and apply. And next is I will make a copy of it, copy plus paste, and here I will just remove the season name that is given here, and I will get the season copy because it gives me answer like this, and it arranges the data in this order. For this we can select a horizontal chart. We will have the information in a better way. So as you can see now, it is sorted as 2008 to 2024. Okay, why, what is the benefit of this? Or let me just show it like this here. So how can we do that, and what is the benefit? So simple benefit will be, let me open, yeah, this is now showing 2024. The simple benefit will be that we are showing from 2008 to 2024 number of matches played per season. You can click on these three dots and sort axis. Instead of count of ID, we can select season, and here we can select sort descending. Okay, so this will be matches played per season, and it will give us options to get the better analysis. And we can copy this, and suppose we want to show winner. So to show the winner information, now we can simply remove it and add winner here. So it is showing us count of winner and not the name of winner. Now if we change this chart to a table chart or a table, so you can see it is now showing winner information, but this is winner of all the league matches and not the winner of final match. So what we can do is, here in this visual particularly, we can select a filter here, and that filter will be to put match type. So we will put the match type here and select only final. Okay, because when year was 2024, only 17 finals were played. So you can see we have the 17 information, and this is now showing name of winners per season. So here you can see we have team 1 and team 2. I have simply applied a filter to see what is happening. So as a filter we have selected final. Now once we have selected the filter as final, so now you can see if team 1 is GT and team 2 is CSK, and here you can see losing team GT, okay, Sunrisers Hyderabad, Chennai Super Kings, and so on. So for different seasons we have this information. So if winner is one team, then losing team will be the other team. So I'm just using this logic to find out who is the runner up in that particular tournament, right? And how have we done that? We have simply created losing team named column. So this is a calculated column. We have used if matches winner is equal to team 1, then print team 2, otherwise print team 1. So if matches the team 1, it will print team 2. If winner matches the team 2, it will print team 1. So this way we can now add runner up information also. So uh, that will be the losing team, and here we can call it losing team, or in our case it will be the runner up. So we can rename for this visual as runner up, and we can use, obviously this is winner, so we can write it as winner or tournament winner or season winner, whatever you want to write. So we can write something like season winner, runner up. And now because we have more data here, so we can select and probably reduce the value size here. So yeah, I will just give it this much so that if needed we can add something else here. So this will be season, and instead of using season copy, what we can do, we can just rename for this visual as season or year or whatever you want to write. So this will be season wise winner. Next we have to give information of total runs scored per season. So here if you will see the matches, you will be able to see, let me clear the filter from here. So we select all. So if you see here, so you have information of toss, everything. There is target runs, target overs, super over. This type of information is given. But here we don't have information of total number of runs scored. If we actually see the data model, so you will be able to see that in sheet 1 and sheet 2 they are connected, team names are connected, but these are not connected because in deliveries table, okay, if you will see that in deliveries table it is given as match ID, okay, and it matches table it is just given as ID, so it is not able to recognize that. So what we will do in from deliveries table, we will add or select match ID from here, and from here, okay, this is player of the match, this is ID, so we will add this. So we will just drag it match ID, drag the match ID and select it. So now it will automatically create the relation. If you will see the property, so from deliveries table match ID, and in matches table it is only one time, so every match information is single time in matches, but in deliveries table it will be, for example, in a match if there are 240 deliveries or balls, so it will be present 240 times one ID. So that's why it is many to one. So if you see the deliveries, you can see one match ID, and let's sort descending. So you can see this one match ID, and this will be for innings, ball, you can see over. So this will be present almost for 240 deliveries. In every match, it will not be the same that 240 balls are bought, but like in some matches may finish early or because of Duckworth Lewis may end early, but this is how it is going to be. Now here you can see we have information of total runs here. So we can now pick this column. So let's try to create a simple line chart here. I am just trying that. In that line chart on x-axis, I will bring the season copy for now. And on y-axis, I will go to the other table and I will select total runs. So you can see total runs, and now you can see actually it is showing data like this. And if I have to show it as a continuous value, like I can select the season name here and then I can see the data like this. We can even select something like this to see total runs by season, okay. So here what we are going to do, we will select this one, format painter, and apply, and this will be sum of total runs by season. You can see in 2008 how many runs were scored, or in 2024 how many runs were scored. So you can either go with a line chart here or an area chart here. So you can show it like this also, just to add some variety. And we can actually use these as our filters. So this is total runs score. Number of sixes and fours per season it is asking. So here you can see that in the deliveries table, if you go to the deliveries table, here are batsman runs, fours or six or two or whatever. Okay. So if we filter by fours, we will be able to find out total number of uh, fours in that season. If we filter by 6, okay, we will be able to find out total number of sixes in that season. So now what we can see here, I have created a simple measure. I have called it fours. I am using calculate function. What we can do in calculate function, in calculate function you can write an expression like sum, minimum, maximum, or count rows. So we are counting how many rows are there when batsmen run equal to 4. This is simple as doing like applying a filter here. So if we select only 4, you can see there are now you can see batsman runs are 4s, and we have 29,000 and these many rows. Okay, so these are the cases when batsman has hit 4s. And if we simply add a card here, okay, so like I'm trying to add a card here. So if we add a card here, we can write 4, and this will give us information of total number of 4s. It is summarizing the data. So if we go to callout value and display unit none, so this is 29,850, right? This is exactly showing us when we filter 29,850. Similarly, if you will do it for 6, so you will be able to see that it is 13,000. So, and these are throughout all seasons. Okay, and if in one particular season, if we apply a filter, so if we go there and force is all, and if we say that from this other chart, if we say that season, or let's select the season copy, that's why I kept it as text. If season is 2008, so it is showing 1703. Okay, that in this particular season, this is count of rows. So you can see in different seasons what is happening there. Okay, so now we can see the data, and now simply if you want to do it season wise, like if you want to show how many fours hit per season, how many fours were hit per season, so we can create a simple clustered column chart. Why clustered, I will just let you know. And here we will add this, copy the same formatting, and in x-axis we will add the season copy, and on y-axis we will add the number of fours from here. Okay, so it will give us information that in 2023 how many fours hit, 2024, but this is not arranging in the order that we want. So what we can do, we can sort axis by season, and now it is showing 2024, so we will sort axis descending, sorry, ascending. So now you can see 1703, 3021, and so on. So this is before by season. And here what we can do, there is one more thing, we can show the numbers also if needed. So like on data labels, we can see the total number of fours hit per season. Okay, this is fours hit, and as we created fours, we can also created 6. So this will be sixes. We are creating a new measure here, okay, in the same deliveries table, calculating count rows of deliveries, or we can count total number of deliveries also, where batsman run was 6. Here we are not considering extra runs or LB or something. So this is boundaries hit by batsman. Suppose if it was a 4 by leg by, we are not considering that. So this will be sixes and fours hit by a batsman. And now because it's a clustered chart, so we can add the same data here. So now we will actually get information of sixes and fours by season. And if you want to show it as a stacked value, you can show it like this. If you want to show it as a clustered, you can show it like that. So this is one way of representing number of sixes and fours per season. And you can see fours and sixes by, so as it is showing copy, so we can just write it as season. So fours and sixes by season, and you can alter the title accordingly. Next you can see we have result. So in result, when the result is runs, there is result margin 140, which means that the team won by 140 runs, a huge margin. And when it is wickets, other team won by 9 wickets. And question is asking what is average winning margin by run and wicket. So this will be something like sixes and fours. So here, but this information is present in the matches table itself. So I am trying something. So let's see whether it will work or not, and then we will change our strategy if needed. So here you can see we so our data is in win margin. What is the column name? It is result margin. Okay, so our data is in result margin, and wherever it is sometimes hard to find it here. Okay, I'm in deliveries. So in matches we have the result margin. Okay, so what is the average result margin if result is wickets, and what is the average result margin if it is runs? So this is asked. So let's try to create one measure here. So we will create a new measure, and average margin, or we can say average margin runs, because we have this information, and we'll use the calculate function. Expression will be average of matches and result margin. Where is that? Here. So we are counting what is the average result margin. We are calculating actually when our result type is, so the column name that is given here is result, when result is runs. So in the matches itself, when result equal to runs, this is how you can apply a filter. So we are trying to find out what is the average margin when result is runs. So we will write that, and this will give us average margin by runs. And similarly, let's find out first of all. So if we add a card here, so we can add average margin runs, and you can see it is not able to display. Let's see what is the error here. So the function average cannot work with values of type string. So this means this particular column is not being treated as this runs margin is not being considered as a number, and this may be because of some NA value or some missing value. You can see here we actually have the NA values. Okay, you can see. So now the jugaad that we have done is that we are calculating, but we have a function called average x. Average x is just like average, but it calculates the average of a set of expression evaluated over a table. And by using the filter function, we are using the matches table to create a filtered table that matches result is equal to runs. That is our target, that result should be runs and result should not be a tie, result should not be wicket, and is number value is result margin. Wherever its value, okay, value converts it to a number, so converts a text string to a number. So wherever the value is a number out of that text, because that column is being treated as a text, because we have NA. Why we have NA? Can't we get rid of this? Because this can be tie. When it is tie, if you will write 0 here, that will change your average, because that 0 will be counted in number of rows, and if you will divide it by that, right? So, or you can do one more thing, you can write 0, but and you know that a team cannot win by 0 runs or 0 wickets, but in that case we can filter the data. There are a lot of ways of doing that, but whenever you are dealing with numbers you can do this if NA is given. So this is average margin runs, which is coming as 30. Similarly, we can also create a new measure, and here we will write average margin wickets, and here we will write wicket. I'll just check how it is written. So it is written as wickets. So it is not case sensitive, but we will write it just like that, and this will create average margin wickets. So let's try to create these two as KPIs also, average margin runs, average margin wickets. So we can add that here. So this will be average margin wickets, which is 6.19 wickets, which is a great margin. And even 30 runs is also, like for a T20 game, 30 runs is also a big margin. So we can, because we have to just answer this one, so we can go to general tab, effects, shadow, visual border. As a visual border I will select the white color, give a 14 pixel, and we will copy the same formatting here. So this is average margin runs, this is average margin wickets, and if you want you can also show information like total number of fours, total number of sixes. So I'm just showing you one way that we can also add fours here, because we have some space. So this will give us total number of fours. So this is our IPL season highlights dashboard. As I said, this is going to be in 6 parts. This is part 1. So we can rename it as part 1. It will have a lot of calculations, and see whether you have data of 2024, 2025, or from whatever data you have, the calculations will not be changed. So, and if somewhere that kind of change is needed, we will inform that. And now you can represent it in your own way, because we have a lot of space here. So we have answered these 5 questions, I guess, for dashboard number 1. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next part.